What's up?
Oh, I'm just compiling all the top sports scores, news, and odds so I can make the very best bets.
Me too. BetOnline.ag.
Join today and receive your 50% welcome bonus at betonline.ag.
A loss just as miserable as the day here at Fenway Park. My name is Mike Petralia, joined by Nick Quaglia. The Toronto Blue Jays come into town and ruin the ring ceremony and banner day here for the 2019 Red Sox home opener. 7-5, the Blue Jays beat Chris Sale and company. And look, I think there is concern now. It's been 3 starts. Chris Sale is 1-2 with a 9.00 ERA. 75 pitches, Nick Quaglia, here on Tuesday afternoon in Sale's first home performance of 2019. He just didn't look sharp. 4 innings, 5 runs, all earned.
Yeah, and look, the problem is when you go back to last year and even the year before. Actually, no, let's backtrack all the way to when he was in Chicago. The issue has always been, can this guy stay durable? At the end of the year, he was burning out. As he gets older, I mean, it's just logical. Is that going to happen more and more and quicker as he gets older? And the Red Sox just signed him to a 5-year contract, and this is why I wrote this a month and a half ago for CLNS Media. This is why I wrote it. Chris Sale, I would have preferred if the Red Sox waited until after the season. I know they got a little scared with the John Lester issue, and that's probably why they pulled the trigger early, but I'm not too concerned with him yet, but it's definitely worth a discussion whether or not they should have signed him this early. Because you got to see, I mean, last year he burned out again earlier in mid-July, and he never really got back to the Chris Sale that we saw. Does that merit a 5-year extension now before we can see how he does in the regular season? I don't know. It might have been a jump a little too early.
All right, Nick, I think the issue that a lot of Red Sox fans had here on Tuesday afternoon watching Chris Sale, the lack of swings and misses. And we asked Alex Cora this after the game, after the 7-5 loss to the Blue Jays, and he said, yeah, well, it's not the same Chris Sale we've seen in the past. When he doesn't make batters swing and miss, any pitcher is going to have trouble, whether he's Chris Sale or whether he's, the 5th ranked starting pitcher on the last place team in some other division. It doesn't matter. You got to get swings and misses. And Sale on Tuesday afternoon only had 10 swings and misses, only 2 on fastballs. And to me, that's an indication, even though there were a lot of seeing eye singles early in this game, that's a problem.
And the thing with Chris Sale, before he came here, even when he first got here, was you always heard his name with strikeouts. He was breaking records for consecutive games with 10 or more strikeouts. And now guys aren't swinging and missing. And that's what makes Chris Sale Chris Sale. So the fact that he's not getting guys to swing and miss, that's a big concern to me. How's this going to progress as the year goes on? I don't know. They're going to have to strengthen up that shoulder because I don't know if it's right. We're at the point now, 3 starts in, where I'm genuinely going to be concerned if he's okay or if they're going to have to give the guy a little time.
The alarm bells and the ambulance going by, that is certainly symbolic of the 3-9 start these Red Sox have had, and certainly you want to see Chris Sale get back on track. This Fenway Report brought to you by the great folks at betonline.ag. Go to clnsmedia.com/win and use the promo code CLNS50 for a 50% cashback bonus on your first deposit. Look, Chris Sale, I am fully confident he can get things turned around, but it may take him a month and a half, assuming there's no serious injury, to get warmed up, and that might just be what we're staring at here, Nick Quaglia.
Yeah, and Alex Cora made a big emphasis, especially with the starting rotation to start the year, and he did the same thing last year, that they're going to go into it slowly, but that just doesn't give a good enough excuse for me as to why Chris Sale's pitching like this. The guy is a dominant pitcher. Even if he's tapering it back a little bit, he should be getting more than 10 swings and misses against the Toronto Blue Jays in the home opener. The adrenaline should be pumping. He should be pitching much better at this point. I agree with you. I think he will be better as the year goes on. But at this point, there's definitely reason to be worried about him.
Look, and I think something else that you saw in that 4th inning where the Toronto Blue Jays took that 5-2 lead against the Red Sox, Chris Sale's 4th and final inning, the frustration, the lack of concentration. Alex Cora after the game saying on the steal of home after he'd already thrown 2 pitches that were charged pass balls to Christian Vasquez, he allowed the steal of home and he yanked the fastball for the wild pitch, the steal of home, and made it 5-2, and he threw the dirt. He really almost, pulled an Eduardo Rodriguez last year in the World Series, slamming his, throwing his hand to the ground with some dirt in it. He was just frustrated. Yeah, and the lack of focus is there, and it's not just him, though. It's with the entire team, and we're going to talk about this at another time, but he's gotta stay focused. Things like that it shows the other team that you're becoming unhinged, and when a team sees that, that's when things can get out of hand, and that's exactly what happened. Going with Rafael Devers about 20 feet off of third base and coming from a full windup, that is not okay to do, and that's exactly why he's still home. You got to focus, and you got to understand that this guy is going to go home. He's got a decent speed. The guy's not the quickest guy in the world, but he's got decent speed. You got to watch him more, and that just showed right there that he was becoming unhinged relatively early in the game. 3 starts into 2019. Chris Sale and the Red Sox, for that matter, have a lot to figure out.